That's if you tell a joke and you don't laugh. Tweet, tweet, tweet. That shit wasn't funny.
All right. There you go. That works. Another episode of the Modern Rebels podcast with Mr. Mark Beecher.
Yeah. What are we going to talk about?
Whatever you want.
What are we going to talk shit about?
I've actually been wanting to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So I'm super curious. So you run this Thai gym, Hyena Muay Thai.
Yes.
So how did you get into that? Like, what makes you go from doing Thai your whole life or however long that went into going like, I think I want to teach this, because teaching anything is,
man,
you have to have a passion for it.
I wanted to fight. That's the whole reason I did this, is because I wanted to fight.
Yeah.
But I was fighting, and I lived in Los Angeles, and somebody called me from Las Vegas and said, do you want to teach Muay Thai? And I was like, what? No, I don't teach Muay Thai. And they were like, well, just come down here and check it out. So I went down there and I said, look, I'll teach Muay Thai if I think I can help these people, you know? And there was a bunch of people, and we had this little gym that was, I don't know, it was super small. But Forest, Randy Couture, Andre Arlovsky, Scott Smith, Mike Pyle, Jay Hero, all these guys, like major, really good guys were there, right?
Yeah.
And I was watching them do Muay Thai, and I was like, yeah, I could help these guys, you know? So then I moved to Vegas and started teaching. So from LA, I went to Vegas, and I was still fighting at the time. But, you know, whenever you do something, you come to find out I was a better teacher than I was a fighter, for sure.
Oh, really?
My guys are way better than me, way better, you know? Because there's like, do all the shit that I didn't do.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't do this. I didn't train enough. I didn't do this. So I'm going to make these guys do it and see if it works.
Yeah.
And they did it, and it worked, you know? So that's how I started teaching.
Because I remember being in like band and stuff like that, and there's, you know, a ton of teachers, and I only attribute it to the same thing because you have, it's techniques, you know, there's techniques in learning how to do math and fucking whatever else, right? But when it comes to, we have Prince Pops all over the table. It just keeps falling.
I keep knocking him over. He's coming back from the dead. He's going to get me back.
For all the shit you talked during the 90s.
Yeah.
No, but when it comes to, like, when it came to drumming, because I was a drummer, and I came down to certain teachers that had a certain technique that you'd go, oh shit, and it would click.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I get it now. I couldn't do this one rudiment or whatever forever.
Well,
and now
in order to teach something, I have to have 50 different explanations for one, like, jab. Because some people don't get the one explanation I have. They're like, huh? They don't get it. And then I have a different explanation. We'll try it like this. Well, how about this? And they go, oh, yeah, I got it. And then, boom, you move to the next guy, you know? Yeah. So, but I've been doing it for so long that I got good at it, you know? That's it.
So when did you start training? Was it something that was like trying to get out of some bad habits into something new? Or?
Nah, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
I was in a band for a long time, and then...
Oh, that's right.
You know, these guys were lame. Dude, my phone's on. You're fired. Get out of here.
Yeah.
No more podcasts.
Did it go off?
Yeah. Here, let me turn it off. There you go. All right. So, no, it's this one.
Oh. Leave that on for now.
Now, what were we talking about?
How did you get into Muay Thai?
Dude, I saw the first UFC, or the second UFC.
Okay.
And it was, you know, I grew up and I did karate, and I got kicked out of karate because I punched somebody in the face. Hey!
Oh, shit.
And
he brought his dog.
I brought my dog out to yell at
me.
my dog a couple times, you guys. He's a little terror.
He's fine. He'll be all right.
And then what I liked about it was style versus style. Let's see what really works in real fights, and which is awesome because okay, well, let's see what really works, and they found out what really works, you know. And jiu-jitsu was one of them. So I moved to Oklahoma chasing a girl. Anyways, I went there, and there was Rafael Lobato has a school there, Rafael Lobato Sr. at the time, and it said Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and that was UFC. So I stopped in there and I tried it.
Oh, yeah.
And that was it. I just started training right then.
So you did both of them at the same time?
Yeah, yeah. Nobody in our school fought Muay Thai. I fought a Muay Thai fight once there. Before I moved, I fought a bunch of Muay Thai, but
Yeah.
I fought once and I wanted to punch people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was the thing with your like teaching and stuff. When you talk about, 10 different ways to show somebody how to throw a kick or a jab or whatever it is. I had done Muay Thai before with other people, other coaches, and I was down in the valley, so you have all these different crews and whatnot. There was a guy that had I can't remember what it was called. He had a gym out in Mercedes, and then he moved to Houston, so I think he's out here now.
Okay.
Or he was out
Who
here,
is it?
moved down there. Man, Crew Kayan.
Oh, let's not talk about that guy.
Okay.
I mean, you want to talk shit about somebody? We'll go.
I mean, if you want to, I don't give a
Yeah,
shit.
he is the biggest rip-off artist
Really?
ever. He's ripped off so many people, but I caught him in his bullshit when I first moved here. What he did was,
I can't believe I remember his name.
His real name is Rudy Cisneros.
There you go.
That's his name.
Yeah.
So he's not Cayenne, whatever he says his Thai name is.
Yeah.
And then he set up a bunch of shows, and he did this before I got here. But man, I've seen all the bullshit. I've been around, and I caught him in it. I caught him big time, dude. So he set up. Here's what he did. He set up shows, fights, and you train your guys to fight. And then what he would do is he would make those guys pay to register. He would make you to register as a coach. Then he would get sponsors. Like, he's really good at paperwork stuff. He'd get sponsors. He'd get Bud Light for sponsors. He had all these people for sponsors, and he'd deck out the place and take pictures and send it to him. And then he wouldn't do the show, but it says on the tickets, non-refundable. So he just jacked all the money.
What the fuck?
And he did it 4 or 5 times. So when I first moved here, I was going through this, and he called me and said something like, you better have your guys ready. And I was like, okay. So, dude, I've been doing this 25 years. The guys that my guys were supposed to fight were in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Well, I know them. I knew their coach. So I called them, and they were like, we don't have any fights lined up. We don't know what you're talking about. So all these guys from our opponents said they didn't have fights lined up. So I was like, something weird's going on. And then when I called him and said, hey, man, what's going on with this? And he snapped at me. He said, you just better have your fucking fighters ready for my show. Then I was like, oh, that's it. I go, fuck you. My fighters are out. And I had, I don't know, 5 fighters on the show with 10 fights.
Yeah.
So his show was going to be gone. And I was like, no, my fighters are out. And don't ever talk to me like that again. Done. So I caught him. I knew it was bullshit. And anyways, so that event didn't happen, obviously.
Yeah.
Then he did it 2 or 3 more times. I never put my guys on his shows again because he's full of shit. I said, if you have a show that goes through and it's good, then I'll think about putting my guys on there.
Yeah.
But he did it 2 or 3 more times to other people. And good coaches like Michael Corley had his guys on the show. And I'm like, dude, he's not going to have it. And he's like, oh, no, he will. And he didn't.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that dude's a total scam artist.
Yeah, I remember trying to find a Thai gym. And so basically the city I grew up in is called Elsa. She's over here, or he's over here with me, biting the carpet.
All right.
I grew up in a city called Elsa, and so you have the whole Rio Grande Valley. I mean, it stretches really far from, Rio Grande City, La Jolla area, all the way to Brownsville area and everything in between.
He was in Brownsville, right?
He was in, I don't know. When I found him, he was in Mercedes, which is like 20 minutes away from where I was at. So he was the closest one. And then there was another Thai gym that wasn't really Thai. It was like mostly jiu-jitsu.
Right.
But they were showing like MMA, kickboxing stuff. And then you had the Gracie Baja gym that had some Muay Thai teacher at the time. But that was too expensive for me to get into. So I ended up going to this dude named Jeff out of Harlingen.
Okay.
And if you want to talk shit, because I know you love it, but I just don't want
I don't know that guy.
Okay. Well, so he was a dude that, he was cool. He's down to earth, but I made the mistake of, and I've been more weary of doing this shit, but I made the mistake of adding him on Facebook and just trying to be cool because he's a coach. I want to be okay.
What's wrong with that?
You start finding out people like they're real, like whatever's in here that you don't say out loud.
Yeah.
And then people post that shit online on your Twitter, on your Facebook. You know what I mean? And you start finding out how people really are like.
Crazy?
They're either
look at my Facebook. Everybody knows.
Yeah. But it's hilarious. The shit that you post is funny as fuck.
Yeah,
I have
that's
crazy
just
dark
me.
humor, and so I think it's the best shit ever. I mean, I have friends that are just like, is that fucking your coach? I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's fucked up, man.
He's
I'm
fucking
like, what do
crazy.
you mean?
Yeah.
It's
Well,
hilarious.
whatever.
What
You
do
got to be
want?
yourself, dude. You know, I mean, I'm a good teacher. I can be as crazy as shit, but I'm a good teacher.
Yeah. So I found this guy's stuff, and it was super right-wing Republican stuff, but it wasn't, which I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Like, I don't care. But it just started getting to the point where he's like having arguments in the comments with his, friends and people. And then I show up to class and it's like a different person, and it's just like, and I start realizing that he's got this weird short fuse.
Okay.
Where he doesn't, like one time, I got my punch-ins down. I was like, okay, I see what I'm doing wrong and right. And it was one of those, all right, man, sign up for classes. You're paying cool. The thing I like about your gym is that you have Romel teaching, the beginning class.
Yeah.
So you show up, and for a week or two, you
got to learn basics.
Yeah, just basics. Well, it wasn't that. It was like, okay, we're going to do a box drill. This is your box drill. Stand in the corner, and, I'll come over when I think you're ready kind of thing. And it was like 2-3 weeks of that, just showing up. And where I was like, I don't want to fucking be here anymore. I want to learn how to kick. I mean, that was the thing. Yeah. So just for, 2 steps forward, throw a punch. 2 steps to the side, throw a punch. Back, throw a punch.
I think you told me about this. Now, really and truly, the way to get better at something is to do it over and over and over and over again.
Anything.
But you have to do it within reason. Like we do the same stuff over and over again. Everybody does. But if you do the same thing, look, if I could have all my students do a step in 1-2 and hit the bag every single day for a month, and then we're going to add the hook for a month, then we're going to add this for a month, I would do it. But I wouldn't have any students, dude.
Yeah.
So you have to make it fun at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part about teaching.
And that's where I was like giving you props for it, because then I went up to him and I was like, hey, man, you probably forgot about me, because it wasn't even like, hey, what's up, dude? Or thanks for coming again. Like, nice to see you. Weird. It was like none of that shit. It was just I was standing in the corner like, what the fuck else do I do? And he would run a drill and be like, hey, you guys come here. Let's run this weird drill. We're just throwing knees in a circle around the gym. It was a tiny gym. Just things like that. And then one time I went up to him and I was like, hey, crew, I really want to learn how to kick. So can you show me? What do I do?
Yeah, show me how to kick.
So he just was like, all right, well, I don't even know if you're ready for that, but, I guess let's go. So I was like, okay. And then I started thinking, well, how the fuck hard can it possibly be? It's difficult, but it's one of those like, dude, if somebody's your tutor and you're trying to teach him fucking chemistry and you're like, oh man, you're not ready for this shit, but let's see. I mean, why would you instill that kind of fear in somebody so quickly? Like, hey man, I don't know how to swim. Well,
yeah, but I mean,
you could totally drown.
You're not ready to get in there and spar. Yes, I understand that, but you're ready to learn how to throw a kick. You do that on the first day. I can show you how to kick.
Yeah,
I show you how to kick, no problem.
Which you did.
Yeah, of course.
So it was like a month in, and I was like, man, I'm having fucking fun. This is cool. I'm like, I learned how to do things.
Yeah, and that's what it's about, man. It's about learning, and it's something that nobody can take away from you.
Yeah,
that's what I tell people. Whatever price their gym is, it's not like a Starbucks, and I always use Starbucks because a lot of people go every day. It's $5. Starbucks is $5,
yeah,
or $6. So multiply that by 30. That's $180 a month, and it's gone. You drink it, it's gone. This stuff, man, I can go to Russia and I still know how to box. You know what I mean? So it's something that no one can take away from you, and you have it forever. So, and it's good for your health and blah, blah, and all this stuff too. So, man, I don't like when people say it's too expensive. I'm like, really? Uh-oh.
Yeah. The best way that I had.
We got a ding dong in there.
Oh shit! Did you hear it?
Did somebody call us? Did we got somebody to talk shit to on the phone? I'm down.
Something happened. It's all good. We're still good.
I thought somebody called us.
Your phone or my phone?
No, it was in the headphones.
Oh, maybe it was that. Anyways,
he's got so much fancy equipment he don't know yet.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing most of the time.
Awesome.
So, how did you end up with the UFC? How did you end up working with like Matt Brown and stuff?
Well, Matt Brown was on season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter, and I was on season 7 of The Ultimate Fighter as a coach. I coached Forest. It was Forest versus Rampage.
Okay.
And that was the first Ultimate Fighter that they fought to get in the house.
Yeah.
And that's how I met him. We were, it was at 185 too. It wasn't 170. It was 185. And when we got to the house, I don't remember, but I think there's 16 people, 8 on each team. And when we got there, I looked around and there was 32 people there. And I go, did they ask you guys to come close to weight? And they said, yeah. I go, y'all fighting. Y'all all fighting. And they were all looked at me, what? I'm like, you guys are all fighting today.
Holy shit.
And they were like, nah, dude. And then they came out and said, y'all fighting today. And they had to fight to get into the house. So that was the first season that happened. But that's how I met Matt Brown.
So you were on that season?
Yeah.
Like, you can go back and watch that shit?
Yeah, you can watch it.
Oh, shit.
Season 7, Ultimate Fighter. Because I trained Forrest.
I had no idea.
I trained Forrest for 5 years in Vegas. 5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I love it when people say, Forrest sucks. And I'm like, cool, that's awesome. You know why? Because if he sucks, then I must be a great coach because I trained him to win the UFC championship.
Yeah.
To be the best in the world at 205. So, he's terrible. Yeah, he's terrible.
I saw this meme. It actually popped out on my Facebook memories. But it's this, like, big, fat fucking dude with a bucket of chicken. He's just got no shirt on.
And he's saying, that guy sucks.
Yeah, and it says, it's like on the bottom of him, it's like a split screen. And it's Conor getting. It was the day that he got tapped by Khabib,
right?
With the fucking basically that choke that was not even a choke. It's kind of under his chin, but he's getting cranked. Yeah, and he's like, I wouldn't have tapped to that shit. Yeah, that's all it said. And I was like, dude, I can't.
You would have been dead 5 minutes earlier.
I've been watching UFC for so long that I have sat with some of like my bigger friends and my skinnier friends and friends that haven't even stepped into any kind of even a fucking boxing gym, much less a powerlifting gym or, you know, a CrossFit, anything. And it's just like, oh, what a bitch, dude. I can't believe he tapped to that shit. Like, then
I'd be like, oh, let me choke you. Let me let you feel it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Dude, I'll tell you a story about Khabib. Dude, I had Vinny Magalhaes was fighting in the PFL, the Professional Fight League. Yeah. And Khabib had some of his people were fighting in there. So we go... When you're in a hotel, you have like a training room that's downstairs, like a little like meeting room. Yeah. And they put mats in there. Well, Vinny is my guy who's a really good black belt. Like really good, all right? And Khabib was down there training with his guys. And I mean, they were grappling hard, dude. Hard. This was before the first time he fought Conor. Hard for 45 minutes. And he got up and he was breathing like this. He was like, hey, Vinny. And I was like, hey, dude. And he goes, what? I go, are you fucking breathing hard? And he's like, what? No. 45 minutes, then nonstop, dude, grappling. And he wasn't even breathing hard. I was like, oh, shit. Who wants to bet? I got him against Conor. Who wants to bet? But then he asked Vinny a question and then tried like some jiu-jitsu stuff. And then he tried it out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But, dude, that dude is something crazy, dude.
That guy, fuck, man. I mean, that dude is just one of those, like, I mean, talking about Prince, just the guy who, you know, makes it look so easy. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's the thing about when you get into that level of world champion and you're fighting in whatever it is, basketball, UFC, I mean, anything, fucking hockey, sure, you know, shot put, whatever in the Olympics. You watch it on TV as just a normal citizen that, you know, I get a couple runs in every week kind of thing. And you're just like, oh, dude.
Bro, I could do that.
I could last longer than that shit.
Yeah, word. Come on in and give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, because I remember when I first started training with you, and then it was like month and a half in, and I was like, man, I got this. Like my cardio was getting up, I was getting better, and then it came to like pad work day, and I was like, fuck, this is crazy. But then pad work day number 2 the next week, and I was cool, and I was getting into it, and I was like, cool, my cardio is getting better. I can run longer now, and I go for runs and shit. And then one day it was just the worst fucking night of my life, dude. And I remember posting it.
What did I do?
It was like, I remember posting on Facebook, like, just,
what did I do so I can do it again?
Dude, it was just like, it was like everything that you do, but you were like, fuck it, I'm in a bad mood. So, or whatever it was, you're just like, I want to see how fucking far I can push this. So it was like everything. It was like, we went through pad work, and then it was like bag work, and then it was sit-ups, push-ups, and then it was straight to
that's what I'm doing this week, Thai style.
I mean, it was like, but it wasn't usually you're like, all right guys, all right, sit-ups, okay, or take their. It was like boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, just one after another, and I was like,
let's go.
trying to catch my breath. I was like, son of a bitch, dude, I can't do this right now.
You can do it.
I was like, I thought I had it, you know. I was like, oh, I got my cardio's ready to go,
Shoot.
and then it fucking then you woke up one day and you were just like,
Bro, let me tell you one of the hardest days I ever had in training.
like killing people.
I was in good shape, dude, and I went into Rafael Lovato Senior's office.
Yeah.
And I was like, I feel good today. You can't make me tired. Bro, that was the worst day of my life, dude. It was great. He was like, oh, I can't make you tired? Okay. Yeah, it was bad, dude. Don't do that.
Dude. You just ruined it for everybody.
Dummy.
Yeah. I was like, this guy must have seen John Wick today or some shit. This is
I don't know.
up.
Sometimes I get that, man. I get that hair. Like, let's go. Let's see where you guys are at. Let's go. Let's train.
Yeah.
You know?
Which was cool for me because I was like, you know, like I said, I was already getting to that point where it's like, I can do that. I can step in the ring and just, you know, kind of shadow box around with somebody, and I think I'll be okay. Even though every class was like, you know what I mean? Like,
but dude, the thing is, you have to. That's part of Muay Thai. It's part of training is being tired.
Yeah.
So I say this to a lot of people, but there was a bunch of studies done by the Navy SEALs. They do crazy stuff. You think the stuff we do is crazy? You should see the SEAL training, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So check this out. They found that, you know, in your brain when you're like, I'm done. It's over. I can do nothing else. They found out that you still have 50% more energy when you say you're done, when your brain says you're done.
Really?
So the 50% of the stuff that you did to get there, you can still do if you train your brain to do it. Now, the reason that we quit is because, this is my theory. This one right here is my theory. Is because when you're a kid, from your whole life, you're running and you say, well, okay, I'm tired. If I stop, I can catch my breath. Your brain doesn't say, okay, if I keep going, it'll go away and I can keep doing this.
Yeah.
Which is what it should say. But that's not. And so we train our brains from when we were a kid all the way till adulthood to be like, well, let me just stop and then I'll be done.
Yeah.
You know, and then once you start doing it, saying, I'm not going to stop, and you find out how much more you have really have in you, for sure.
Do you think that that's like, see, because I kind of have the same idea, but it's a little bit of the opposite, because I feel like, you know, as a baby, you can throw a baby in a pool and it'll be okay. Like, it'll learn, or a toddler, and he'll learn how to swim.
Don't try that at home.
just like you throw a dog in the pool as a puppy, and it's going to swim. It's
Right.
just instinct. Your brain's like, stay
Right.
alive. So I've always thought, it gets to the point where your brain's like, dude, like, we need oxygen, or your knees are going to fucking
Well, no,
buckle, or-
but you have trained your brain from when you were a kid to say, I need oxygen, I need to stop, you know? And what I try to do is to switch your mindset to where you need oxygen. I know you need it, but you still have 50% more. You can still go.
Yeah.
You know, and I show people this when they do sprints. They're like, I'm done. No, you're not. You're done when I tell you you're done.
Yeah.
And then they keep going, and then they smoke it, and they go, damn, I didn't even know I had that in me. I know you didn't, because your brain told you to fucking stop.
Yeah.
You know? But it's look, my example that I tell people too is I spar sometimes. I don't train at all. I train none anymore. But
You've trained.
I spar. I don't. Yeah, but it's different, dude. I'm not in shape at all, you know. But when I train, when I spar, I'm more gassed than anybody in the room. But have you ever seen me and put my hands on my knees and get tired? No, because I know that I'm going to be that tired, and whatever, I'm going to keep going. You know, I mean, because I've trained. Well, I wish I would have done that when I was fighting, but I learned that you can train your brain to not stop, you know?
Yeah.
I don't stop until the round's over, you know, and that's it.
It's like
That's
David
all there is to
Goggins.
it.
Those dudes are just crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, but he trained his mind to say, keep going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Same. I agree. Totally.
It's hard, dude. It's hard to kill old habits. I mean, with anything and everything. Oh, he's just chewing on it.
On what?
I don't know.
I'll beat you, dude. As long as it's not the cord.
No, piece of plastic.
What y'all smoking in here, bro?
No, that's it's the cover to this like X-Acto knife I was using to put up wallpaper. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought it was real, giving away secrets. It's really expensive and really cheap to make this shit happen at the same time.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's your goal, is to train your mind to tell your body to do what you want it to do.
Yeah.
you know, and I've been proving it this week. There's so many people this week. We're doing Thai style stuff, and the Thais they don't believe in the word overtraining. They don't believe in it.
No, yeah,
and
those guys.
There is such a thing, but they don't believe in it.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. And I've been doing that this week, and people are making it through it, and they're like, "That's it? That's the whole hour?" And they're gassed, you know, and tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they all make it. You know, they make it. That's it.
Yeah. What would you suggest for a person that's like, dude, I haven't even, you know, been on a treadmill, much less some kind of because it's hit training. That's basically what Thai is. You know, it's
yeah, it is because it like fighting is hit training, yes, for sure, because it's go stop. It's not go 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 go. I wish I could do it like that, but you can't, you know. So
if somebody wants to come to your gym and just be like, man, I'm so terrified, because I was there at a point, you know. I mean, still I'm there thinking like, you know, well, shit, I kind of want to try jiu-jitsu out, but it's been so long. I'm so terrified to walk into a gym and just be like, oh, dude, you're a wipe, like. You know, because
but why though? Like, look, dude. Here's the deal in these gyms. Every single person in there had a first day.
Yeah.
Every single person in there was nervous to walk in there.
Yeah.
Dude, my gym in Vegas, I think half of the UFC roster trained with me. So people would walk in and see half the UFC there and be like, well, I'm not training with these guys.
Yeah.
But those guys will help you, man. They're not going to beat the crap out of you, you know. They're going to help you get better.
They're there for their job.
Yeah, they're there to train, and they're there for their job. But everybody's had a first day, and everybody helps everyone.
Yeah.
Like, the worst thing is when somebody says, okay, I'm going to get in shape first, then I'm going to go. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah, no.
Do you know why? Because if you were going to do that, you would already be in shape. All you got to do is go in. With me, I had a gym in Vegas, and I went and trained with Master Toddy. Master Toddy's a really good coach, though. But I went and trained with Master Toddy because, look, I could go kick that bag 300 times with each leg, but I'm not gonna. Mm-hmm. But if I have a coach go, hey, go kick that bag 300 times, I'll go over there and do it. You know, it's the same, man. You know, I mean, just go. What you got to do is go, and you're gonna die and gas out first, okay, and then you'll get better, and that's how it works.
Yeah,
with every single thing in life.
Yeah.
How about this? Playing guitar. When you learn a song,
that shit sucks. When
you learn a song, do you get it on the first try?
No,
me neither.
No. I mean, it's different. I feel like with chords, because you can sit there and be like, oh shit, it's just you know, we're following this key, so it's like I know exactly where the minor is gonna go. And I mean, and I have friends that are fucking crazy good at that, where they go, oh, we're playing, what song is it? And like, oh, I've never played this whatever Sublime song before. And just on the spot, what key are we in? It's like, oh, it's B minor. Like, oh, okay, well then we're gonna go A and probably G, and just shit like that. But
I can't do that.
But yeah,
dude, it takes me a week to get one part of one song, and then a week for the next part, and a week for the next part.
Barely do it. I mean, you know, I know in my head, if I've played the song enough times, I know where it's gonna go, but I can barely do it.
But man, I equate a lot of things to music. Look, the first time I played bass, I sucked, you know, but the more you practice, the better you get. It's the same with boxing, you know? The first time I threw a jab, I wasn't good at it.
Yeah.
But if I do that jab 1,000 times, 10,000 times, I'm better at the jab, you know? It's the same with playing a song. It's with everything in life, you know? You have to practice at it and have fun while you're practicing to get better. That's it.
So that's the other crazy thing that I wanted to talk to you about. So you played music for pretty much ever, right?
Yeah, for a long time.
And then you switched to just making this your life, basically. Yeah. So there's probably not a lot of people that know that unless they've been around you.
A lot of people in Houston know because I played that heavy death metal shit.
Yeah, I saw those videos.
Yeah, so there's still a lot of people. Some people walk up to me and say, "Hey, you used to play in this band?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, a long time ago."
What was the name of that band?
It was called Imprecation.
There you go.
Yeah. So like we played all that heavy shit, but
you play bass.
Yeah.
You play fucking good bass too.
Yeah, I like
you slapping shit. You're not just like, you know.
Well, I started slapping probably 2.5 years ago. I just wanted to learn how to slap the bass, dude. I'm a bass player, you know. So I could play like finger style stuff, but I wanted to learn how to slap. So I just sat down and tried, and I finally, I mean, I don't have it, but I play some songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I mean, there's bass players out there that are amazing, dude. Yeah, you want to talk about insurance? Okay, so I got in a car wreck, right? And I was dead stopped in traffic on I-10, which is a freeway in Houston. And I got hit. So stopped. The whole freeway stopped.
Yeah.
I got hit from behind at 60. So my car got crushed. And I I got $6,000 in a lifetime that my back's going to hurt. They said $6,000, good, go fuck yourself. All these people saying, I got $120,000 from, no, you didn't. They're lying, dude. Yeah, that's all I got, $6,000. And it took 3 years to get that $6,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
And you can't really do anything with that other than just kind of store it away and just, okay, cool.
You can't do nothing.
$6,000 richer, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because MRIs will run you, $12,000 depending, especially for a lower back. If you're going to do all the contrast agents and all that shit, it's going to run you 12, 15, depending on where you go. And
they wanted to do some surgery on my back that was $200,000, and I was like, no, I'm not doing surgery on my back. There's no way. I don't have the money anyway, though, so whatever.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad that I haven't I got hit when I first moved up here, kind of the same thing. This chick was weaving in and out of traffic. Everybody is going on the way to work. There's really you can't really go faster or slower, man. I mean, everybody's going the same speed. You can try your best to weave in and out and try to make it in front of that guy, but that's as far as you're going to go, is making it in front of that guy before the person in front of you hits their brakes. And anyway, so I'm in the, far left, and we're hauling ass this way, and I'm just following traffic. Everybody's just kind of running with the speed, And, we start slowing down. I see the red lights just start hitting, right? All the brake lights. I hit my brakes, and I'm watching this white car just in and out, and I'm looking at it, and I was like, this bitch is going to hit me, or somebody. I can already tell. So we all hit the reds, and I'm like, oh, I hit the red, and she comes in thinking, because we were moving.
Thinking that you're still moving?
So she comes in thinking that we're moving. I hit mine, and she slams into me, probably doing about 60. And I had a Tundra at the time, so my Tundra just kind of got a little dented fender in the back. Rear bumper was a little bit dented. Her car got fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
good.
like
Good for
this.
her.
The whole engine was just in her driver's seat. Like, she got fucked
Man,
up.
dude, I drive
Totaled.
and I have two cars, but I have a 65 Cadillac.
Yeah.
And
I haven't seen it. You brought it to the party, and everybody was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, did you see the hoopty?" It was like, no.
But I don't drive fast, I drive 60, 65, whatever, and I'm driving.
It's normal out here.
And people you can see them angry in my rear view. Get the fuck out of the way, right?
Yeah.
And they're going around, and then I keep cruising, and I get to the red light, and I look over, and it's that same guy. I beat my horn. Hey.
Yeah.
You were all mad and had to get around all these cars, and we end up in the same spot.
Yeah.
Maybe he got there 30 seconds faster than me, and it's bullshit, and that's why there's so many accidents in Houston.
Yeah.
Because people like that drive like assholes.
Dude, I have to admit, when I first was up here, it was like, because I'm so used to the traffic down in the valley where there's not that many cars. A traffic jam down there is like, it's laughable. You're just like, we'll be out of here in 20 minutes. It's not that bad. But a traffic jam up here is like, son of a bitch, dude. Anytime I have to go downtown, no, I'm not doing it. I've had job offers right now. Can you come down? No, I don't want to work downtown.
Like, you got to figure out, like, okay, so if you're going downtown from where we live, you have to go toward downtown at nighttime and away from downtown in the morning time. Mm-hmm. And then you're fine. So that if you go toward downtown in morning, you're screwed. You're 2 hours in traffic.
So if you want to work downtown, pick a 7 to 8 shift.
Pick a later shift. Yeah, for sure.
It's a 6 a.m. or something.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, no. So. Oh, cool. Bro,
come here. I got him.
So yeah, we're talking about people that are better than us at things. And
like guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's this dude that I found, and he's just, point is that he hits this fucking crazy high note, and he's like, singing, and he's like, hits this super high
and
note.
Right on it.
And it's like,
I hate those people.
It was so easy. Yeah, dude. I mean, it's just like I've been singing my whole life, and I still can't do that. And there was a person that was trying to explain like Michael Jackson's vocals.
All right.
Trying to explain that the reason why he sang so high and it was so good was because he had thinner vocal cords, like women. Like women just naturally, a lot of them have thinner vocal cords. That's why they have higher voices. And so Michael can just sing that way and have higher voices. And it's like, well, how do you explain, like Queen,
That guy was a really good singer, though.
Yeah.
Freddie
Mercury.
Yeah,
How do
he
you
was
explain where
awesome.
he can do just in his normal range, and then he can go way up high and do other stuff? I mean, there's plenty of singers nowadays. Chris Cornell, who can just, say hello to heaven.
Yeah, he's a good singer too. Yeah,
Just way up there and shit like that. And those crazy
man,
voices.
I hate people that can just pick up a bass and just play this crazy hard song, and I'm like, it'd take me 2 weeks to get a part of that song,
Yeah, I thought bass was easy as shit when I was a kid and I first
think again.
Yeah.
Play Marcus Miller and then tell me how easy it is.
Dude, even the stuff that like Bootsy Collins was doing,
Yeah, it's awesome. Bootsy Collins is awesome.
Because you just think about it. You just hear the song, you're just like,
Exactly, and it doesn't have to be hard.
Yeah,
it just has to have that funk, man, that
yeah.
feeling.
But you start paying attention, you realize that like the bass is kind of driving the entire show.
Yeah,
and the stuff that he's doing, he's just finger to slap to all these kinds of techniques, and just like, dude.
Yeah,
like funk stuff is
yeah,
something
it's fun,
I got
dude.
into like
it's awesome.
10 years ago.
That's fun, dude. It's really good.
After watching Jay and Silent Bob, strategy,
Yeah.
where they're talking about the time.
I don't remember.
They're talking about the time. The fucking my brain sucks.
I've been hitting the head a lot, dude. I already know.
They're talking about the time. What's the fucking song? I can't play it because of YouTube, but. People know what I'm talking about. But that movie came out in like 2000, 2001 or something.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And I realized, well, that's funk, along with like James Brown and stuff. When I was in junior high.
James Brown, that's Bootsy Collins too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in junior high, there was our drum instructor was trying to teach us how to play to like music. Because you start learning in 6th grade if you go through like the band system in high school or in school. So you learn how to play in 6th grade. It's the fundamentals. You learn how to hold the stick, how to drum. You learn how to read the music, the charts, and the whole shit. And then 7th grade, it's like, okay, now we're starting to apply it to like a concert band setting. And then by like 8th grade, it's like, okay, now it's just, part 2 of this. By high school, you should already know, and we're going to start playing harder stuff. So we're in 8th grade, and this teacher is like, he now, I don't know if he still does it, but he now coaches or instructs the drumline team for the New York Knicks.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
Mr. Eagle. Yeah, he's super cool. I try to keep in touch with him every now and again, but so he taught me what groove was when I was a kid. I knew what it felt, but I didn't understand what
You
it
can't
was.
teach groove, bro.
Can't teach groove, bro.
Nah, you can. Why not?
Yeah, well, you either have it or you don't, but you can teach somebody to look for it.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that he's like, look, you guys, and it's like an exercise 8 on the hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Right.
And that's all it was. But he's like, you can sit there like zombies and play it over and over again. He's like, or you can find a groove to it. So he starts playing like the time. He starts playing To the Land of Funk from, whatever the name of that band is. And let's groove tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Just all that shit. And we're just like,
Bro, but that's how you learn. You got to get that. Like, I never took a lesson in my life. And now that I'm older, I wish I would have. I don't know notes or anything. I just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Just figure it out. But I wish I would have. I think I would be a lot better if I did,
Man.
But you got to have that groove in there. If you don't have it, if you're just doing it being a robot, it's no good.
I was a music major in college when I first graduated. I didn't know what else to do with myself.
Yeah.
I still don't.
Yeah, me neither.
But I was like, okay, music's so cool. So I started taking the classes, and you start learning music theory. And I hated it, dude. All the writing and stuff that I was doing at the time, it took away from the feel of it, like the groove of it. It just,
right.
I was thinking in meticulous ways of how to put songs together. I was thinking in theory, and that just, it fucks your game up, man. Because if you come from a place of just you're writing for like passion and soul, and you're writing lyrics that describe like your personal experiences and things like, and you're just writing riffs that make you feel good.
Yeah.
And then you come from a a music background, you start thinking of well, okay, so there's got to be a minor third here, and then you have to drop down to this, and then major six will pick.
Yeah, I don't know none of that shit.
Yeah, it's just where you're at in the scale. So you go from an A to a this.
Yeah,
and that.
but the thing is, dude, is if you have the theory when you write the song and then you put the feeling into it, it'll be a better song, dude.
Yeah.
Because like,
because you have to know where you're going. But.
Yeah, like listening to Marcus Miller, I think is for a bass player right now is the grooviest bass player, but his is all in key and everything is in the right notes, but the way he puts it together, man.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah. Did you start playing bass when you joined a band? Like it was like we need a bass player here.
No,
at the base?
I started playing bass when I was younger, but I didn't play. I just played here and there, just messing around, you know.
Why was like? Did you just grab? You're like, fuck, I want to play.
My brother played guitar, so I wanted to play
really?
bass. Yeah, and then yeah, I have a brother. He lives here. I mean, in Houston, kind of close. Houston's huge.
Oh yeah, you told me. Yeah, you did. We did talk about.
Yeah,
this.
he lives on the south side, so like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
But and then I played bass, and then I like bass better, man.
Yeah.
You know, so I like bass. I'm a bass player.
Yeah, my dad one time gave me a bass and was like, we need this for church. Figure it out. And I was
All
like,
right.
oh, cool. So I was playing guitar at the time, so I was like, can just play the note. And I was like,
Play
I got
one note.
this. Like, people trip about that. I got this. And then it wasn't until I started playing in bands with dudes that knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you do that? Like,
Yeah.
what's that weird triplet thing that, you're doing? And they were just like, oh, like this. And I put it on, and I'm just like, you have to sit and practice bass, dude. And I'm not talking shit.
Yes, damn it.
About
yeah.
I'm complimenting those people,
Yeah,
like friends
for
of
sure.
mine that are stupid good.
For sure.
You know, they just give a bass to them. I have a buddy of mine, the dude that tracked most of the record, that my metal band and my country band stuff. That guy is stupid good, man. But he knows theory so well, where he can sit down and he can explain to you what he's doing and why he's doing it and where he's putting it
on the bass.
Yeah.
And does he teach lessons?
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, you need to hook me up with that dude.
Yeah.
That dude.
His name's Sam, and he's got fat fucking dreads.
I've seen him. I've seen you guys live. He played bass on the outdoor place, right?
Yes.
Where we were at that outdoor concert,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He was there. Yeah.
I seen that guy.
That guy's stupid good, man.
Man, I tried to take lessons once here, and I went over there, and the dude canceled on me the first class and said, "Oh, we'll just reschedule it." And I go, "No, bye." And he was like, "What? I mean, you can't even show up to the first class, dude."
Yeah, that sucks.
I ain't training with you.
Yeah. I've been thinking
about.
about taking like guitar lessons, but I want to learn how to play like blues guitar, like Stevie Ray Vaughan style.
Yeah.
But I don't. I've been looking for like a guy that knows how to play like that to teach me. He's like, dude, I will give you whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want, but I'll pay you, man, if you want to show up. So whoever sees this, if you know how to play it like Stevie Ray Vaughan,
teach
me. I'll sit
there. Watches this and wants to teach me how to play some funk bass.
Yeah,
I'm in.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some, not a lot.
I'll hit my buddy up. He probably could do it over like Zoom or something.
Yeah.
And it's like you get good
Man, I
quality
like
audio.
in-person stuff though, man.
I know.
But I mean, I could do it.
It helps.
I just play like Primus because Les Claypool is amazing. And then Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is bad.
That was the other thing about training at Hyena, was that walking in, I was like, it's another gym with just like some rap stuff going on, which I don't mind.
Right.
But I was like, this is one of those places. And, for me, I'm real, it's weird that I'm doing this because I'm very kind of introvert and I don't talk to people.
All right.
And I don't like talking to people. It's weird because at shows.
I don't like people.
Yeah, well, yeah, basically. And it's at shows, you play a show. It doesn't have to that you're good or whatever. Just somebody's going to want to talk to you and say, hey, that was really cool. I just never know what to say. It's always like I have to write a script out beforehand, like a douchebag, thinking like, oh, somebody's going to come up and talk to me. But I'd rather do that and seem that way because nobody else knows that I do it for myself. But I have to worry about if somebody comes up to me and says, oh, hey, that was cool. Where can I, this and this? I have to like, and make sure I smile and, and it's really hard for me to like talk to people.
Well,
and
be that
find
guy.
common
Be that
ground.
guy. Like, be the famous guy that plays and then doesn't go into the crowd and just leaves.
Like Maynard.
Maynard James Keenan.
Yeah.
He does that.
Well, he's just one of
I
those
don't know.
guys that he doesn't talk.
Oh, really?
Like even on his stuff that he's done with like Rogan and stuff, like he everything he says is just like, yeah, so that's what we're doing. Like just there's no animation to him.
Bro, that dude can sing, man.
Oh fuck yeah.
That dude can
One of
sing.
my
And he's
favorites.
little, and he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You know that?
Is he a black belt already? Because I know like
Yeah.
5 years ago he was purple.
Well, 5 years. Come on, man. You should be a black belt. Well, me, I'm a brown belt for 20 years.
I've been
so
a
whatever.
2-strap white belt for fucking 6 years.
Yeah,
But I'm just not consistent.
Let's not
That's
talk about this.
yeah,
Let's change that stuff. No, but I play Tool too. I play some Tool stuff, but I like old school funky stuff.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. That I was ready for getting my point. But when I walked into the gym and then like Primus starts playing,
Yeah,
and I was like, it was like Jerry was a race car driver,
Yeah.
and we're doing like jump rope, and I was like, this is fucking cool.
well, I try to mix it up in the gym. Like I do sometimes, but I don't play the music that I like. I've been to gyms where it's just fucking like,
yeah.
and it's like you're not playing the music for you. You're playing the music for the people in
everybody.
your gym.
Yeah.
When nobody's in my gym, I don't play that music. I play the music I like.
Yeah.
But when people are in the gym, I try to mix it up. I mix everything up to where there's different genres for different people, you know? So everybody gets some groove going, you know what I mean?
Romel made the mistake of letting me use that little iPad you got for the music.
And what'd you
He
put
was
in
like,
there?
put something on. It was just a fucking Slipknot radio.
That-
So it was like Slipknot and then like Disturbed and then something else and then something heavier and heavier. And then he was like, hey, bro, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah, but I used to go in there and
you shouldn't have given
there'd
me
be
the thing.
damn Spanish music on. And I'm like, bro, we're not in Mexico, dude.
Yeah. Well, because you can't just play that for 3 hours and everybody be pumped up, you know?
Yeah, so I try to keep it upbeat as much as I can, but the music is for everyone else, not for me. You know what I
Music
mean?
is a weird thing. Like, when we're talking about that 50% more, I remember starting to get back, like 2-3 years ago, I lost a bunch of weight and I was like down about 175. I was 230.
All right.
And I had like blood pressure issues. This was like 5 years ago.
For sure.
And then 2 years after that, doctor basically told me we can put you on blood pressure medication or
Or you
was
can
like
go outside and walk or do something.
She was like, you're 23. And
Dude,
she was like,
that's bad.
You're too many people to be 23. You're basically 46 right now. Like you're two of you. And so she was like, so either we put you on medication at 23 years old, which I don't recommend because then you're going to have more problems when you're 33,
Yeah.
or you lose weight. And I was like, fuck, I hate doing stuff. Like I hate going and doing things. I'm a completely different person now because I'd rather be outside and be working out and doing things like that. But yeah, she was like, you have a choice, is like be on pills. And I just hate taking stuff. I mean, I don't like taking
Well, it's good that you hate
Tylenol.
taking stuff because, see, most people, instead of, well, I don't want to go outside and walk 2 blocks a day. I'll just take these pills and I'll be fine. And then they keep eating garbage, keep eating shit. And it's the same thing with, oh man, let me just bring it up. Let me throw it up. It's the same thing with the virus.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing. Oh, well, what do you mean? I have to go outside and be healthy and it won't affect me? Or I can just take a shot?
Yeah.
Which has been proven to not work. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, go outside. Like my personal opinion on the virus, this coronavirus crap, is I had it and it sucked. It was tough, man. It hurt.
You did have it?
I did. Yeah, in early 2020 before they knew what it was.
Yeah.
Bro, it was bad. It was bad. I think the strain back then was really bad because it hurt me, dude. But I'm not dead.
Yeah.
And I think it's the world, Mother Nature, telling people, you need to go outside.
Yeah.
Because look, we're humans. We're not made to be what we do too much is sit in front of a computer. So we're not outside in the sun. Sunlight kills it on contact.
Yeah. Vitamin D.
Vitamin D comes from what?
Sunlight.
The sun.
Yeah.
And then what do they say? I don't know what the percentage was of people that had bad effects from it were vitamin D deficient.
Which I was. I went to take a blood test and I was just having some weird like pains and stuff. So I was like, just run a whole thing. And it was like January of this year, and they go, no, you're fine. Couple like some abnormal things here and there, but it's just nothing that you just, liver stuff, just don't drink so much. Just things like that. I was like, okay. And then they go, but you are vitamin D deficient. And I was like, dude, I take vitamins. I mean, I take.
But you got to go outside in the sun.
Of pills, yeah. And so I started I bought a bow, and I've been like going outside and just shooting and just running now and stuff like that. If I can't make Thai, I've been running at the park. Like I've been putting in 3-4 miles every other day a day.
That's good.
And it's good. I feel better, Well,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's Mother Nature telling us, dude, fucking go outside. Like, not lock everybody in the house. It's like, go outside, dude.
Yeah.
That's what it's telling us. I mean, we're humans. We're made to be outside, not made to be locked up looking at a computer screen all day.
That's the other thing with food is that, like, it's so easy for you to store fat because you're just made that way. Our ancestors, it took them days to have a meal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like a meal that we have now where you just go to Chipotle and you're good. I mean, you have your calories for the day, but...
Bro, you have calories for like 3 days. What are you talking about?
Exactly. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like you're good for the rest of the day, but then it's like, well, lunch is here and I'm hungry after I had breakfast, and then, well, dinner's here and I had a decent, weight workout.
But the thing about America is it's cheaper to eat bad. So people always trip out and go, what do you mean you're poor? You're fat. How can you be poor? You eat a lot.
Because you can buy $1 burger.
Yeah,
and a
that's
salad
the thing.
is $8.
That's the thing is it's expensive to eat healthy, and natural food is twice as expensive as poisoned food, like with all the chemicals and additives in it, which is really strange. It should be opposite, but
should be.
That's just how
it is. You think that's like a conspiracy of the government? You think that's like big pharma?
Maybe. I think it's because with all the chemicals, it makes stuff grow faster. So they can put it out more, and they can charge less for it. Without the chemicals, it doesn't grow as fast, so they can't make as much.
So it's harder to pull it out than it is to put it in, kind of shit.
Maybe, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's easier to make food shittily.
It's
you
easier.
can just inject stuff and just like, good. We can make factories like that.
I think it just grows and you can just make it faster. That's what I think, but I know it's bullshit. Like, this whole thing, you should be healthy and you should go outside. Everybody should be going outside. We're humans. We're made to go outside and hunt. Men made to go hunt. But I mean, we don't do that anymore, but it's still the point is to go outside. You know what I mean? Yeah. Go to a park, get some sunlight, dude. Don't stay in the house and look at the computer. What do we do to our kids now? I'm bored. Give them an iPad.
Yeah.
No, fucking go outside. We were working on Sammy's car one day, and his little girl came out. It was raining, and she was like, I'm bored. I was like, go play in the mud.
Here's a wrench.
Oh, yeah, well, we do that too, but go play in the mud. She was like, really? Yeah. Go outside throwing mud at us when they're a kid. That's what you're supposed to do.
There you go, yeah.
Yeah, so that's my theory on this whole thing.
I remember Carlin had a bit about like playing with a stick. You go out and you find it's got to be the perfect stick. You find the stick and you make that stick your friend. You play with that. You
that's
play the
right.
shit out of that stick.
That's right.
And my parents were old. Like my dad was born in 39, had me at like 51.
All right.
My mom was like 35, you know, so they already had their kids. So I was just one of those like, oh shit, another one.
All right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I had growing up a dial turn knob TV.
Me too.
Yeah. So I mean, and I'm 29. So for the people my age, they never experienced. So I'm kind of grateful for my dad being older. But because it was like, Mom, I want a PlayStation. She's like, the fuck is that? What's a PlayStation?
Yeah.
But a thing, or it was like a Nintendo 64. She's like, no. How much is it? You're out of your mind, dude. I could buy like 12 grocery trips a month for whatever that costs. Like, you're crazy. You just go outside. Yeah. I got you a bike 3 years ago. Go outside. Yeah. And that was cool. Like, I sat on my bike. I found sticks and played, guns with sticks and broke them off. And I mean, there was like a.
I mean, you can still get your kids things, but you make them go outside. Make them go play outside.
Like, don't get them a fucking bike or whatever.
And a lot of the problem I see, and it's happened with people that are close to me too, is we grew up poor. I grew up poor. You want to give your kid everything. Well, let me have that cake. Good. Take 2 pieces, dude. No. You can have this little piece and that's it, because you think that's going to make your kid happy, but it's not. It's going to make them unhealthy.
Yeah.
It's going to make them big and it's going to make people tease them. And like, no, Just say no. Oh, my kid's gonna hate me.
Yeah.
No, he or she will appreciate it later. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, get whatever you want and get this. Stay in the room all day and play video games. No, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my theory.
I worked this show this past weekend, this Sunday. They needed a door guy, so I was working the door, and it was this like showcase, like rap show.
Okay.
And I don't want to be too specific because nobody's gonna see this.
Yeah, no.
But there was this group of kids who were rappers. I mean, 8, 10 years old.
Okay.
Maybe even 6. There's like a little girl and 2 kids, 2 bigger kids, 2 boys and this little girl. And they were just rapping, and they were like competing. They all were big as shit, dude. I mean, like 6 years old, 150. Like,
dang,
dude,
that's bad, dude.
Yeah, man. Like I was like, that kid's got to be 120, 150.
That's bad.
It's
man.
big. I mean, big kid. Like,
well, it's because look, dude,
like no neck. Just it's just all. I mean, no chin. Just all neck. Like it's like, dude, how much do they?
Well, it's like, look, dude, I can buy 8 boxes of Twinkies or I can buy 1 salad.
Yeah.
What am I going to get?
Yeah.
Well, we're poor, so we're going to get you these 8 boxes of Twinkies.
Ramen, macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Just,
I mean, that's not as bad as like
sugar,
fake stuff.
Yeah.
But
buckets of ice cream.
But it's so weird. Like one time the UFC, we were in Nashville, and the UFC brought us. They give you like a check to buy food, whatever, for the 4 days that you're there. And they brought us to Whole Foods, and I got 1 paper sack of groceries, and it was $75. Bro, you know what I can get at Walmart for $75? I can get a whole week worth of food at Walmart for $75. So it was like, and that's the weird part about it. Why should that be more expensive since it's good for you? It should be the opposite. Good for you should be cheap, and not good for you should be expensive.
Yeah, I had a good friend of mine that went on an organic trip. So everything at the store that was organic, was like organic.
How much?
Dude, it got to the point where it lasted a month.
All right.
Because he bought groceries every week. He's just going. He's like, no, man, I'm trying to be healthier. I'm trying to lose weight. And I've been seeing these podcasts of this and that and watching these doctors talk about whatever. Organic fucking tomatoes, organic spinach, organic toilet paper. I mean, it was like organic everything. You know what I mean? He's like, everything that's on my body is organic. And he like, it lasted a month. And, and then I look in his fridge and it's just like, whatever, just some meat, like some fajitas and cheese and whatever. I was like, can I grab water? He's like, yeah, sure. And it is like, shit water. And it's
so what happened here?
I was like, what happened to your organic stuff, dude? And he's like, man, I can't keep up with that shit, dude. He's like, it's costing me $200.
Here's the problem. I was talking about this with some of my students earlier this morning. Is the problem with people is they think, well, this diet will work for me, but this diet won't because my body type is like this. And my body, it's fucking bullshit. Yeah. We're all humans. All of our bodies are the same. You have to put in enough protein to sustain your muscle mass and enough carbs to make you go and burn off more than you put in.
Yeah.
And that's it. There's no magic formula to it.
Yeah.
So how about, then somebody said, well, what about keto? Oh, okay. So it'll work. You'll lose some fat, but here's the deal. There's no diet on the planet that if you can't eat a fucking apple, that diet's not good for you. You're going to die, dude.
Yeah.
So in keto, and I ask them, so in keto, I could eat a pound of bacon for breakfast? And they go, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't eat an apple?
No.
And
keto, and it's recommended to eat a pound of bacon because, and I know because I did it forever.
So bad.
Because you have to hit your fat intake. So when I was doing it,
you're going to die.
I had to eat. I mean, I literally made fat bombs, which was you take like a stick of butter or two sticks of butter and a big thing of cream cheese, and you melt it, mix it together. You put some cocoa powder flavoring, and you eat those. You just eat butter and cream cheese, like literal butter.
How is anyone doing that? That's not good for you.
I did it because I had to hit my fat intake.
That's not good for you, dude.
That's what I did. I mean, I kept the weight off.
Yeah.
But so a doctor.
But how healthy would it be for your body in 20 years of doing that?
Fucking, I don't know.
You would die.
Probably.
Here's what I did.
I have no idea.
I just choked my heart with a bunch of cholesterol for 20 years.
But I was skinny when I died.
But I was skinny. I look good, though.
I look good. I had shredded abs when I died. No,
Bro, I don't work out at all.
I know.
I don't lift weights. I don't.
That was the most
I don't train.
infuriating thing you've ever told me in my life.
I sometimes I train with my guys. You know, I spar around a little bit, but and I'm old. I'm not gonna tell y'all how old, but I'm old. And I have a 6-pack, but I just eat healthy. You know,
I've seen you jump like once.
I eat carbs every meal. I eat protein every meal and vegetables every meal.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while on the weekends, I eat garbage, you know, just one time. You know, nothing's bad until you do it in excess.
It's what The Rock does. He has like a cheat day Sunday and he eats like 4 big ass cookies.
That's what I do Sunday.
And you told me the same thing.
That's what I do, yeah.
There was a doctor that I worked with who said, I asked him about, he was the doctor. He said that he worked and he had this plaque about it. He worked with the first heart surgeon that did a certain like bypass. He was like, I was his assistant. He's like, I worked one of the first like major heart transplant or bypass surgeries.
Okay.
He's like, that guy's my buddy. Like that guy's stupid rich, but he's like, he was, you know, really good doctor. And so this guy knew his shit about all kinds of diets and heart stuff and all kinds of issues. He was retired and now he was working for workforce type of doctor company. So basically he was working for workman's comp situations. So people that get hurt in the job, construction workers, he's just patch up your ankle, let me do this, I'll see you in 2 weeks. That's all he was doing. It's like easier than what he used to do.
Right.
So I asked him about like the keto diet and all these things. And I'm like, so the keto diet, what do you think? And he's just staring at me and he goes, well, what do you think? And I go, well, this, that, and the other thing. And he's just like, just starts slowly shaking his head. And I keep talking. I go, well, but then there's also like, you know, the Atkins. And I was just trying to get something out of him. And he goes, let me stop you there. I was like, okay. And he goes, the thing about any diet and all diets is that what you're doing is you're limiting a certain amount of something. So you're either doing low carb, right? So you're limiting carbs. You're limiting fat. You're limiting protein because of whatever. You're limiting something. Every time you limit something in your diet, what you're really doing is taking away calories. Yeah. So you're not eating as many calories as you would if you were eating the full amount of protein, the full amount of carbs, fat, whatever it is. So on keto, you're eating a lot of protein and fat, but you're not eating any carbs almost at all. He's like, so what you're doing is you're starving your body.
Yeah.
Any diet is you're just not eating. And he goes, anytime you want to lose weight, it's like what you said, you have to be in a caloric deficit. So you have to be burning more.
Isn't that what I just said?
Yeah. You have to be burning more than what you're eating. It's exactly what you just said. But I'm saying like, you know, the way that he explained it, and he's like, yeah, but all these diets are taking something out.
And here's another problem.
So you're not eating as many calories.
To this. The word diet is a problem. You know why? Because everyone says, I'm on this new diet. So as soon as you say that, this is what goes into your head. I'm going to do this for a little while, then I'm going to stop. And I'm going to go back to eating the shit that I ate before.
Yeah.
So it's not a diet. This is how I eat, dude. This is like, I'm not on a diet. I've been eating like this for 20 years. I'm not on a diet. That's the way I eat. I eat healthy. I eat this, and that's what I do.
You said you had like, you have like 4 meals a day or something like every 2 hours or something?
No, 3 hours. I eat every 3 hours, and I have 5 or 6 every day. But look, here's the other problem. Here's the other deal is, you ever been in like, I don't know, a grocery store and you see those packages that are like, I don't know, it's meat and vegetables and stuff, and you put it in like a pan and you warm it up and you eat it? Mm-hmm. Okay. How many people does that feed?
1.
Yeah. Look on the back at the serving size. It's 4.
Yeah.
Why eat the whole thing, right? Yeah, but that's the deal. We're Americans. That's 1 serving. But it's really, it says it. Look on the back. Go the next time you go. Look, it says 4 servings.
So even with the low carb stuff, I'll go and like get the Quest pizzas. It's like it's like it says 8 carbs on the box or whatever. Like, oh, cool, I can eat a pizza. It's only 8 carbs. And you look in the back and it says that's half a serving. So you're gonna have 16 carbs if you eat the whole pizza. And I look at it all the time, especially when I lost all that weight. When I went from 235 down to like I was like 165, 170. Now it's like I'm back up to like 190, but I'm not doing that. I'm not just eating keto shit anymore.
Yeah, don't do that.
You know, and it's like, I mean, I was eating like sticks of butter just because I was like, fuck, I need to hit my fat. And it was the best thing to do. The best thing to do.
So bad, dude.
Dude, people give me shit for
I eat butter.
Yeah.
You're going to die, dude.
Butter.
You'll
and
die.
It had to be the real. Like,
your heart was going, what are you doing?
Yeah, just
dude,
sludge.
No, don't do that shit.
My heart was a sludge band.
Look, dude, the other problem is this, and I don't know how we got off on this diet subject, but the other problem is this, is we as humans, and especially Americans, we eat for pleasure.
Yeah.
And I read something in an old grappling magazine back in, I don't know, I'm not telling you, I'm old, way back in 90s, early 90s. And it said, you have to eat for fuel, not for pleasure.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is we eat because it pleasures us. We don't eat for fuel. Let's say you put shit gas in your car. How's it going to go?
Yeah.
It's going to go shitty, right? So it's the same with your body, you know? You eat that shit food, you're not going to perform how you should. And then the other problem is we eat to get full.
Yeah.
And people have to get rid of that. Like, and that's one of the hardest parts about eating healthy is you eat enough to sustain your muscle mass and to burn fat. But if you're super full, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be full. You're supposed to eat enough to fuel your body to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody's, well, man, I want to be full, dude. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
No. That's why you fat.
This was like a Louis C.K. joke, and he was like, he went to see a doctor, and the doctor's like, well, you know, how far into a meal do you typically feel full? And he was like, he's like, I don't stop eating when you feel like you're full and you stop. And he's like, I don't stop eating when I'm full. He's like, I stop eating when I fucking hate myself. He's like, when I'm sitting there like, oh, God.
I remember that. I like Louis C.K. Wasn't there some big controversy with him lately?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago.
Whatever, dude. This fucking. And then what's the controversy with Dave Chappelle? I haven't seen it.
Have you not seen it?
Is it on Netflix?
Dude, yeah.
If it's controversial, I got to see it.
It's called The Closer.
So what's the problem? What does he say?
The problem is that he's always had he's had jokes in this past like Netflix episodes about trans people.
So?
But that's the problem. That's the whole thing.
So now everybody's wah.
But the thing about this, for me, the thing about it, is that he's not saying anything bad, man. He's literally saying, this is why they don't like me. And he goes, because, and it gets to a point in the special where he's like, but none of them have ever sat down and have watched my special. And if you were to fucking sit there and watch me do my thing, you would realize that I don't hate you. You'd realize I don't hate anybody. And honestly, man, his entire message since the Chappelle show, since before, it's a race thing. He's basically everything he's ever said.
But who cares?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that like these trans people are trying to make it seem like it's.
See,
he's
that's
just
the thing,
talking
man.
shit about them specifically, and that's it.
I don't
hates him.
I don't really know how to express this to explain it, but the thing about trans people or people that want to cancel other people is you're trying to do the exact thing that you're fighting against. You're trying to shut him up because he didn't say something that you wanted him to, like, you wanted him to not say that. Yeah. That's what you're fighting against. Yeah. So you're going to shut him down and they're going to shut you down because you just, oh my God.
That's exactly what he says in the special. He goes, you know, these trans people try to, you know, they try to fight this, like, this war. And he goes, and they're fighting it with me as if I don't understand what it's like to be, you know, opposed. If I don't understand what it's like to be oppressed for hundreds of years. Yeah. He's like, they're talking to me like I don't fucking get it. I can never get it. And he's like, dude, it's not that. Like he goes into so much detail. And the fact that afterwards people were just like, what an asshole. Why would he still keep? It's like, dude, you just didn't get it, man. Yeah. You're just not paying attention.
Because we all have to think like you or we're wrong. Yeah. That's
you're
bullshit.
Not paying attention.
I'm telling you, I'm going to make a t-shirt. See this shirt? Jonathan Poogle gave me this shirt. Yeah. Eat, sleep, teep.
That's super cool.
But I'm going to make a shirt. I'm telling you. It's going to be this big letters. It's going to say, fuck your feelings. That's it. Yeah. Because the problem with today's society, and I've said this 100 times, is feelings are now facts. Yeah. That's bullshit. Yeah. I feel like I'm this. Good for you. Feel like that all you want to, but I don't have to call you that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I feel like that. That's good for you, but don't make someone else
Feel bad for your bad feelings.
That's your problem. Fuck your feelings, dude. Your feelings suck.
Yeah.
Bro, when I was a kid, I grew up in Hawaii. And in Hawaii, they don't like white people. That's just, that's how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty white.
Yeah.
So I got beat up every day. And so when people say, you don't know what it's like to be racist against, I'm like, yes, I do. Mm-hmm. You know, but when you went home and you cry and you say, oh, they don't like me because this guy doesn't like me because I'm white. And this is what your parents would tell you back in the day. Do you care what that little piece of shit guy thinks about you? No, I don't care what he thinks about me. Then fuck that guy. Go that way. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's how it should be. This racist piece of shit KKK dumbass. Do you care what he thinks? No. Well, fuck that guy. Yeah. Go that way. Yeah. Let him go. Let him think whatever he wants to. You know. Yeah. This guy thinks this. Let him go. Who cares? Yeah. Who cares, man?
My dad was a pastor.
Yeah.
And so one day I came home. There's a dude who was bullying me. One day I came home and I was pissed, like crying. It was like probably 6th grade or something. And he goes, yeah, so your mom's been telling me about, like, what is this? What's going on? I told him, it's like, it's because, and he is, you know, and he's just like, all right, first of all, I can't even understand you. He's like, so cut that shit out. I was like, all right. And he's like, okay, now tell me what's going on in your normal words. And I was like, well, this kid and this and this and that. And he goes, okay. And he's like, so stand up in front of me. He goes, so fight me. And I was like, what? Well, he goes, fight me. Put your dukes up. And I was like, and this is like 1930s, 1940s, the way he grew up. Yeah. As you do this, I'm going to show you how to deal with this shit.
All right.
Put your dukes up. And I'm just like, and he's like, no. You put this one here. This is it. You block and you make, and and it was like my first inclination of like what to do.
All right.
Right. And so he goes, now hit me. And I'm like, And he's just like, hit me. He goes, you hate this kid? I go, yeah. He goes, you want him to leave me alone? I go, yeah. And he goes, hit him. Hit me. I'm this kid. What are you going to do? And I gave him a good one in the stomach, and he's like, okay, I think we can.
Okay, that's good.
He goes, but he's like, just don't get in trouble for it. And if you do, I'm going to deny all this shit in front of your mom.
Oh, yeah, all right.
But it was like, okay, dude, you can cry. And what am I going to do? Go down to the school and talk and, fine. And there could be plenty of people that watch this and say, oh, he was a horrible father. No, he wasn't. He was a pastor. I mean, he didn't touch a sip of alcohol ever in his life. Yeah. Nothing like that. I mean, and that's not saying that people that do are bad because, here I am. But it's just that he had certain morals. But he was old school. And there was none of like, man, there's, a flat tire in the middle of the highway, and you get the fuck off and you change it.
Yeah.
You just figure it out, dude. It's cold outside. There's no heat. Figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
The water's out because of whatever reason. Cool. I'm just going to go. We had our water shut off because of a pipe issue. We didn't have water for a day. And Kelsey was like, what are we going to do? It's like, got in the car, went to Walmart, bought 2 5-gallon jugs, poured them in the toilets, and I was like, we're going to save this for just,
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. We figured it out. But my dad taught me that. You have an issue, dude, figure it out, because there's always a solution to the problem. You just need to figure out where to find the solution, because it's there. You just got to go look for it.
The solution isn't canceling someone's life because they didn't call you the proper name.
Yeah.
That is not the solution to anything. It's not at all. We don't have to agree with you. And I say we, but I don't care about trans people or gay people. I go to gay bars. I was saying that on my podcast the other day. Oh, it's really? Fun as shit, dude.
Yeah, I've never been.
It's fun as shit, dude. We have a blast. I don't care.
People have asked me a lot.
I don't care. I don't care. You can be called whatever you want.
Yeah.
But you're trying to make me think like you, which is that's not right. Like, you don't think like me and I don't think like you. Who cares? Yeah. We can still be friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's it.
It's that age old, like, atheist versus, whatever kind of religion. It's just like, dude, you can sit there and have that argument. You can be like, well, there is a God, but no, there's not.
It's a never ending argument.
You will never win with those people.
No,
and
it's just either side.
It starts to get to the point where it's like, there are podcasts and books and this and that dedicated to atheism. There's podcasts and books and whatever dedicated to whatever religion you choose.
Yeah.
Insert here. Yeah. But the fucking worst part about it is that you can't dedicate your life. I mean, you can, sure, why not? But you can't expect to do all this work, and you will change some people's minds. But you're fighting a battle that is like, dude, it's just, I mean, more power to you, but it's exhausting, dude, to wake up every morning and be like, well, why would you think that? Well, because God, well, I'll tell you what. You know, it's just
but
like, how long
see,
are you
you're
gonna
trying to
argue
change
that?
someone's mind who already believes.
Yeah.
Like, I can't change someone's mind who believes in Jesus by saying prove it, because there's no proof.
Yeah,
The only proof is you have to have faith.
you just believe it.
That's it.
Yeah,
So there is no proof. And there's no proof that there isn't. There's no proof that there is.
yeah.
But you can't change someone's mind. So let them. You know what I mean? Let them.
Yeah, yeah.
You think whatever you want.
I mean, it's just
Okay.
the same thing about, you know, like music style. Somebody can say like, I fucking hate rap. It's like, why? Because it sucks. Doesn't suck. Doesn't suck. It sucks to you because
Right, because you don't like it.
because you didn't grow up with
It's
it.
a personal opinion.
You don't get it. But you know,
It's
like
a personal opinion.
I stopped doing that a long time ago. I stopped saying like that shit sucks. Now there's situations where I feel like if you took if you took like a poll, then you can be like, does this song suck or not? 90% would be like, that song is the worst piece of shit that has ever existed, right?
I mean, there's terrible music,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. The genre doesn't mean that the music's bad.
Yeah, rock's horrible, country sucks. Like it's like
Yeah.
I know it does. A lot of it does. A lot of
Yeah.
rock sucks too now, I
Yeah.
think. But it's just like I stopped being like that you know, holier than thou type of person when it came to like musical genres, because it's like, dude, those guys maybe they had daddy money and now they're famous because they knew a guy that worked in the industry and an A&R rep and they're there. Cool. But there's a lot of other people that busted their ass too that is in the same genre. You just give them a chance and they might like sway your attitude.
For sure.
You know?
Man, I went to a country concert, and I do not like country, but I went to a country concert in Los Angeles. Man, there was more hot chicks there than I ever seen, man. Ever. It was crazy, dude. I went and bought a cowboy hat, put a cowboy hat on. I was like, "You, let's go, boy."
Did you have the dreads at the time?
No,
You have the dreads?
I used to shave my head because I fought, you know, and shaving your head, it's just easier, you know.
Yeah.
Take a shower, you just shake it off, you're done, you know.
Yeah.
Like you can't. All this hair is a pain in the ass.
I thought about it, but I have like a weird shaped head.
Yeah, well,
I just want to shave it because
mine's covered with dreads.
Yeah, no, you can't see it. You can't see all the caved in cracks that
Bro,
you have.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go teach some classes, which
That's
you
right.
should come and train sometime too. Is this thing on?
Oh, I think I just muted you on accident.
Yeah. Wait. Bro, I gotta get one of those buttons for my podcast.
Get
too.
it, dude. This thing's cheap.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
expensive, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't,
Still
man.
paying for it.
I have a podcast. You guys can watch that one too.
Yeah.
Talking shit with
Beecher.
That's right.
I was on that one.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
love that one.
It was good, and we did a song. We did a song of yours, and it sounded good, dude.
Sounded
I
really
mixed
good.
it down like I was a freaking engineer, bro.
That's the cool thing with you is that you kind
Not
of
an engineer.
You start learning how to do something and you kind of put your mind to it and you kind of kick ass at everything you do, man. It's
Yeah,
super cool.
well, I mean, I'm average. I'm better at coaching than anything I've ever done, but yeah, I mean, you want to be good at everything you do. You want to be that guy.
Yeah.
You just want to be like, I don't want to be that guy that's just like, oh, I do this sometimes. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure out how to do it and do it all as best to my ability, you know? That's how everybody should be, I believe.
Yeah, I feel like I started dipping my toes now that I'm not doing so much, dipping my toes into extra stuff and like piling myself with learning new things. And you know, I've had people just like, dude, pick a thing because I'm like, why? But if I get good at all of it, then what is it to you?
But if you dedicate your time to one thing
Yeah.
and get good at it and then go to the next thing. Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, cool.
But thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I've
All
been
right.
wanting you to do this for
We're
a while.
gonna watch this out.
I'm going to put it up on YouTube and it's going to be on Spotify and stuff. But since the
On
camera's...
Spotify?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I have it on there.
You got it like that?
I have the other ones on there.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Just sound though?
It's just sound. I
Okay.
don't know how to upload the video yet.
All right.
I don't know if there's like a certain different platform that you use to put the videos
Yeah,
up to.
yeah.
But
Well,
I realize
well,
most people listen. Then
Teach
they
me
do
that
watch.
shit and I'll teach you about editing on that.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need your help with this one.
I got some of that.
This camera fucked up.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. It's gonna take a minute.
Yeah.
My podcasts take probably 4 times longer to edit than they do to record.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
But you got a lot of shit going on. You
I
have
don't have a guy like Jamie, like Joe Rogan got somebody to do all that stuff for him.
Call him, dude. Call Joe and see how much he costs.
Oh, Joe. I don't have that kind of money, bro. There's no way.
Tell him to come down here and just hook some things up and make it easy.
Yeah, right.
Their multi-camera system that they got.
Yeah, right. But he's back there running it while they're talking.
Yeah, that's why I have these computers set up because I wanted a guy to help run it while I'm doing
Damn,
the
you're
thing.
going to be big time in here?
I want to.
Yeah.
I want to make it a little better.
I don't know. These mics sound real good. I sound like a DJ on the radio.
You have the same mics.
I know, but I don't have this
because
setup.
of you. I know.
Yeah, they sound good, though.
It does. They're pretty bad. It helps a lot with the mixing, so I don't have to worry about mixing down everything at the end of it.
That's freaking
like
cool.
It's just pretty much like the one I put out yesterday. It was just edit it, and it was because it was off a Zoom call, so you'd figure if you rolled like static.
I've done a couple of Zoom ones too.
Sounds good.
I just hate it though, man. I hate doing these Zoom.
Just having to talk to the
let's sit in front of each other, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I gotcha.
Anyway, I got to run.
All right, man.
Thanks, man.
Good.
All
Bye.
right.
Love you.